Okay, I'll begin this public hearing by reading the notice of public hearing. Notice is hereby giving that the following hearing will be held by the Bonneville County Commissioners. Will be held in the Bonneville County Courthouse, 605 at North Campbell Avenue by the Bonneville County Commissioners at 2:50 p.m. Public hearing to adopt Bonneville County Area of Impact Ordinance for the City of Ammon, which is summarized as follows. An ordinance providing for the identification of an area within the County of Bonneville as an impact area for the City of Ammon, providing for the ordinances and regulations to apply with such identified impact area, providing for the administration and enforcement of such ordinances and regulations, providing for the repeater clause, providing for severability and establishing the effective date. This was published October 17th in the Post Register. Was in attendance are all three county commissioners, planning and zoning staff, and no members of the public or representatives from animals. So, guessing this is Austin.
Yeah.
Give us a brief summary.
Yeah. So the map's included in there. I'm sure it's on one of the slides. I'm sure you saw it in your packet. Basically just extends the area of impact a mile to the south on the southern border is what they're requesting to the canal that lies to the east. In the actual agreement, and we don't have any issues with that. That seems to be the way the city's growing, and it makes sense with basically giving them a mile growth ring all around their city limits for expansion. Within the agreement, some of it is the same as the agreement that we had before. Anything that's different is highlighted in yellow. Just kind of the brief Spark Notes version of it that changed in there is that if there's a subdivision the county's doing within the city jurisdiction, that the developer will put a note on there that essentially says they will annex the subdivision into the city when they become contiguous, and enter into an agreement that that will be the case with the city. Same thing on development agreements, that will have some language in there that will annex it into the city when it becomes contiguous with the city, or that the developer owners will at that time. Deed and plat requirements kind of falls under that same annexation language when it becomes contiguous. Under city services, we've worked with the City of Ammon to come up with some language that basically say they may allow for the extension of city utilities and those of their utility providers to unannex property if the property does not meet the requirements for annexation to the city at the time. If allowed by the city, the county shall require the property is built to comply with the then existing city development standards, and require Exhibit B to be recorded as a condition of approval, which Exhibit B in the packet is basically a consent to annexation. That's really about it. All in all, very similar to the agreement we just did with the City of Iona. And then impact fees section we put in there. We just basically put some language that says if at such time an impact fee ordinance is adopted, the agreement may be renegotiated. So meaning the city would have to come to us if they adopted an impact fee and say, hey, if they were wanting us to do anything with those, we have to do a new agreement. That's all that I have. Did you have any questions about the new agreement?
County would still have the option whether to adopt or not, because there are differences between city requirements and requirements.
Correct.
To make it difficult. So.
Yeah, and that's initially the city had some language in there that basically said if the city adopts them, the county also has to adopt them. And I said, no, we don't want to do that. You can put language in that says we could renegotiate the agreement, meaning then we have the choice to say, hey, we see a need for this or we don't at that point in time.
That's a good way to handle it. Questions?
Questions? I just might make a comment that appreciate your work getting this done. It's a really good example of, cooperation, and I hope that we can get our final area of impact agreement with the city of Idaho Falls. It's way overdue, and I think we can look at Ammon. It's a good example of reasonable area of impact.
And goes to the planning commissions of both working through it.
Yeah, they did a really good job in meetings chance to kind of go through each paragraph and give us feedback that we're able to work into the agreement, which is really helpful for us, so.
Okay.
We'll still take it under advisement, yeah, because we wait for the city to do their end and then,
Okay, well, they haven't done theirs.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so we'll just take it under advisement and then we'll schedule the signing.
Yeah, okay. Hey, thanks.